What's up, everybody? Welcome to Calling All Bowlers, episode 24. How are y'all doing today? We are getting everything ready here. Hope everybody's had an awesome weekend. If you're getting out there tonight and you got any plans, please be careful. And I think there's old Patrick. Let's get him invited in. What's up? What's going on, Chuck? Hey, Sarah. How are you? Big Josh, what's going on? Hey, Miss Britt. You brother. Let me send you that. There we go.
There we go, bud.
Boy, it must be dry where you're at.
At the moment, it is. It's beautiful right now, man. I mean, as you can see, sorry about the camera there.
No.
It's nice,
good.
cool here.
Yeah, man.
What's up, Bray?
Yeah, we got everybody out here. No, it's been storming today on and off, and we just catched a couple of lightning strays, so.
Here, everybody.
Everybody's jumping in. Well, first and foremost, welcome everybody. This is episode 24 of Calling All Bowlers, and I want to welcome our guest who is helping me check off state number 20.
That's right.
My 20th state. I'm telling you, I'm getting around, Patrick. I'm getting around. We're making it happen. And hello, Miss Amanda, last week's guest. If y'all haven't had a chance to watch the episode, go back to the YouTube channel. All of them are there. Dylan, welcome in. So for those of y'all that have never been in a Calling All Bowlers episode, if you have any bowling related questions, we're going to make notes of them. We're going to save them for the end. And when that happens, we'll get down to it. And then whatever y'all want to ask Mr. Patrick, Andrew, I've already had Joel on my show. If you go back to episode 14, I had Joel on here. So, yep. But want to welcome y'all in episode 24. Allow me to introduce our special guest here from the great state of New Mexico, my good friend, Patrick Roper. Patrick, how goes it, sir?
It's going pretty good, man. It's been a pretty good weekend so far. So, not complaining.
Well, you look more relaxed. You look a lot more at ease, and I'm proud to see that.
Yes, sir.
So that's what it's all about. Hopefully, everybody out there is having a great weekend. Again, if you guys are out there, be safe, be careful, doing what you're doing. And there we go. See, now we got my mods in here. We got Pickles in here now, so we all know it's about it's like the start of the show is official when Pickles gets into the live. So that's kind of what I always tell people. But Patrick, what's new, buddy? What's going on with you, man?
Man, a lot. This last week, we got to drop the three new releases that we're doing coming up here in August for swag, and it's been a heck of the last 3 days, man. It's just a lot of different things and a lot of good things.
Well, I know we're going to get more into that when we get to the topic of the guest's choice. And right. You see, I have my notes right here, so we're gonna go along with it. And if we get, like I said, we get caught up along the way with a good story, there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like I know a lot of people know you, Patrick, but tell us a little bit more about Patrick. Maybe tell us a couple things. Maybe a lot of people may not know about Patrick.
A lot of things people don't know about me is that I used to play golf, semi-professionally. Not even that. I could never find a sponsor and stuff like that. And then when I would win tournaments, it would be pro shop money. So to me, it turned, I had to change sports. And so what I did was I changed to bowling.
So what brought all that on? Like, why'd you quit golfing?
I still golf every now and then, but I don't golf competitively like I did back then. Like I said, I couldn't. It was much harder to get a sponsor. It was much harder to get, to go to tournaments because the tournaments for golf are way more expensive. You go to a tournament for golf, you're looking at $500 to $700 a round, for 4 rounds, and then you got to worry about even if you make the cut. And if you don't even make the cut, then you're just playing 2 days of golf for $350 a day.
So you're saying there's a lot more risk in golf than there is bowling, right?
Right.
Okay, that makes perfect sense.
Unless you get your pro card, you can't get cash money at tournaments. You can only get pro shop credit. Well, when you win and stuff like that, man, I have so many extra golf clubs, golf balls, all that stuff like that because I had to use it on pro shop stuff.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. And I was just like, I'm tired of selling this stuff on eBay just so I can make money off of it.
So it's like rinse and repeat, right? That's what's more so.
Right.
Okay. Well, Patrick, tell us about your beginnings, like where you're from, and like I said, we know you're in New Mexico right now, but are you native there, or if you're not, how did you get there?
So I was actually born in California and raised there for like half my life. I was born in Oakland, California, and then I actually moved to Colorado and lived there until I was about 7 or 8, and then we moved back to California, which I stayed there till I was 22. And then once I did that, I went and moved to Colorado again because I love Colorado. I love northern Colorado. It's a beautiful place. But that being said, I ended up moving down here to New Mexico, and I've been here for 20 years. I started bowling in Fresno, California at Sunnyside Lanes on my 18th birthday. I had to sign a release form because the league started before, like it was like a week and a half before my birthday. So I had to sign a waiver for the youth deal. So because youth can't bowl in leagues for money. So, but I started out as a nice, wonderful 99 average bowler because I was a straight bowler. And that summer, my dad and the guy that inspired me to bowl, period, is Jerry Smith. He taught me how to bowl, and that guy was patient, and he taught me how to throw a hook that it was awesome back then. I had a blue hammer, and it was a dominant ball. But I started there, and then I took some time off after that. Just life got in the way of things, and then when I moved back to Colorado, I started bowling leagues again, which was just for the fun of it. And then when I moved down here to New Mexico, I did the same thing and took some time off and stuff like that. But over the last 3 years, man, I've really pushed to be professional at bowling, to want to get that PBA card. And I could get my card, but I still want to do some cat tournaments and stuff like that first. But at the same time, man, I want to, PBA 50 is going to be my mark. I'm almost there, one more year.
Oh, so another year. So it gives you just another year to practice and get yourself acclimated.
That's what I'm trying to go for, man. I really want to get all the tournament experience I can before I hit PBA 50, so that way when I hit it, I'm not like looking like a complete and utter idiot. So
don't sound like Mark now. Mark did that to himself here this past week, and then he ended up making a match play. So,
right.
So you get ready to do it. You go out there and do it, Patrick. Like I said, I know you.
Oh, it's coming, bro.
Well, okay. You talked about golf. Obviously, we all have what we have in common with bowling. Another thing you got on here is you like to travel. Talk about some places that you've been.
Oh, wow. I started traveling some because my family was military. That was Navy. My grandfather lived in Jersey, so every summer when I went out to go see him, we would travel everywhere. I mean, we went to Pennsylvania. We went to, because he lived in Jersey, so we went to New York. We went to, you could go anywhere around Jersey and be there in an hour and a half. So we always went to Phillies games, all that stuff like that. And when we started doing that, after he retired and stuff, he traveled all over the U.S. in an RV. So I got to go with him to a lot of places that was just unbelievable. And I've been to 49 out of 50 states. I still got to go to Alaska, but that's my goal. So, to hit all 50. But I've been, man, doing these tournaments and stuff like that, man. Like I go to Wichita Falls, Texas for our annual tournament for swag. That's a 10-hour drive. But I get to see, after I get outside, a certain area, it's just beautiful, just land. You get to see stuff like this. Sorry about the wind. I didn't know that was coming because it's been calm all day.
Well, it knew calling all bowlers was coming, so it was going to get a little hectic. I know there's that divine intervention thing, Have you traveled anywhere internationally?
Just to Mexico and been to Canada once. That's it.
Oh, so you've just
I
been.
wouldn't mind going. I want to go over to like Italy and stuff. Because I know if I go to Italy, you can go anywhere. Just like if you go to Germany, you can hit all those European countries all in one shot. So yeah, that would be fun to do.
Okay. Well, you got time, so there's some more stuff to put on your list there, Bubba.
Yes, sir.
So we go into this part of the show, and again, like I said, you've been in the chat for a lot of them, and you know kind of how it goes. Tell us some of your life goals. I mean, even if you've already accomplished them, tell me what they were. If you haven't accomplished them, tell me what they are and what's going on with that.
Um, gosh, man, most people have like a big bucket list of things they want to do and stuff like that. I have one major thing left on it, and now I'm starting to add more things to it because I've gotten to do a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've been blessed to be able to do a lot of stuff. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of some good things, man.
Well, check this out. I'll help you out here, brother. On your answer sheet here, you wrote down your veteran program as a full nonprofit.
Oh, so that is my goal coming up. I want to sit there and I got to finish filing the paperwork so that way it's a full nonprofit and I can make it to where it's just completely legit. Because now I just take donations, stuff like that, and it's normally bowling balls or cleaner or whatever it is for the vet. Like the Hallmark shoes, I don't have to deal with all that. They actually help out with that. But I just really want to have that to where it's that organization and it's fully official.
So you say maybe you have like another step or two before it, but that
I do. I have to finish filing the license for the non-taxable part.
Okay, all right, I'm following you. Is it difficult to do in New Mexico?
No, you just have to file some paperwork, and I think it's like $290.
Okay, all right. What did you want to be growing up?
I wanted to be an aeronautical engineer. I wanted to go in the Navy and be a pilot, and that never came to fruition because I went to my MEPS after doing great in ASVAB and everything like that, and I failed because my knees wouldn't pass. So I didn't get to join the Navy, and so I just took on business and accounting and stuff like that in college and got my degree.
Okay, and what are you doing right now, Patrick?
Now I do retail management, and I go through and I'm an assistant manager, but they basically brought me in to not only reestablish the store a little bit more, but to also get it to where it was merchandised correctly, to where everything looks really good. Everything I've set a whole bunch of stores for another company, so it's fun to do, but it's a lot of work. It's fun though.
Is this where you see in yourself in 5 years?
No, me and the owner have actually talked and stuff like that, and we have other plans that we're going to have for me here in the future. We have two different steps that we're going to do on this, so I'm looking forward to it a little bit and see how it goes, and then I'll be able to be at a desk and relax a little bit more and enjoy life a little bit better. I mean, heck, with my goals of doing the PBA 50 next year and stuff like that, which I plan on doing with Robert Geek and my buddy Pat Bottom. If I do well at that, we'll see what happens. I mean, who knows? You never know, man.
Yeah. we end up having a way of finding ourselves where we need to be at that time. So absolutely, I completely agree with that. All right, so now we're gonna go into this part of the program now where we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of this. This is what we're all related to. This is what's brought us all together, and that is the game of bowling, the sport of bowling, bowling in general, bowling. So, Patrick, how long have you been bowling?
I've been bowling since June of 1994.
Okay. So 31 years.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me ask you this. If you can remember, what was the first award you were ever given? It could have been a patch or something or whatever.
Most improved bowler for that summer league. I went from a 99 average bowler to 179.
Okay. What do you attribute that jump to? That's a big jump.
That was that coach that I was telling you. Well, I went from throwing a straight ball, which was the 99 average,
Yeah.
to I started out with an ebonite gyro, but like 2 weeks later, I found there was a light blue hammer behind the counter at my bowling center, and they said it was set for sale for $25. And I'm like, well, hell yeah, And I went to go check my hand, and it fit perfect. So I took that ball, and he taught me how to use that ball because he had the black hammer. And I was a number 3 bowler, and he was the anchor. His name was Jerry Smith.
Jerry
I
Smith.
miss him. I wish I could have him here to coach me for all this because he'd be the best coach to ever have, man. He was awesome.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, is he still where you met him through?
No, he's no longer here. He's passed away. So.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, we're going crazy here, Patrick. I'm sorry about
Yeah,
that,
man, what the heck, dude?
Okay. Oh,
Let him spend the
he's no longer of the living.
Yeah, no, he's not. He was when I met him, he was like 64, 65. So, but he was still sitting there dropping a 215 average on hand oiled lanes.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
And
that right there.
Yeah, that was really fun doing that, man. He really could coach, and he was good at coaching because he didn't like irritate you. He didn't do nothing. He's like, well, what did you do? And he would question you on it. We'll do this. We'll do this. Move this way. Do that. And back then I was throwing at dots. So to me, that was really that when I switched to arrows, that was a huge change in my game. But looking at dots back then, man, throwing it right over the third dot going down the lane, you're like, that's like nothing, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you would say you came up in the era of like you really, really were bowling in a phone booth.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It was fun though, man. I mean, that was different back then. You had to really work to get your 200. Now we sit there and drop 230s, 240s, 250s, 280s, 300s. Like they're just nothing. And back then, man, for you just to get a 200, you were happy as hell.
you usually ended up in the newspaper in some form if you were averaging 200, especially if you shot 300 back then. Yeah, that was a newspaper worthy type of achievement for sure.
Oh yeah, and I mean that's even back then. They would announce it on the overhead. So and so got a 225, so and so got a 220, and you're just like, oh, that's really good. And now we're just like, yeah, okay.
It's funny because it's like you go up to the counter and it's like, hey, so and so shot 220, and then the guy that's going to make the announcement just looks at you and goes, "You really want me to make this announcement?" Like that's where we've gotten to in society as far as the game of bowling goes.
Right.
So, how many leagues did you bowl in the fall? And are you bowling anything in the summer, or are you just strictly tournament bowling?
Well, so the fall I sat there and I paid for one league and then I subbed on 3 other leagues because the people just wanted me to sub. So I was bowling 4 times a week last year, and then the summer I'm just subbing on Tuesdays when people need me to. And then I've been tournament bowling here a little bit, but I've been taking more time off for the last couple months to get some things back to normal.
I am just reading the comments here, and Amanda says she would kill to have a 200 average, and I said you'll be there before you know it.
Right.
Especially again, like with the way the technology is, the lane conditions, it'll happen. No worries there. So
put in the work.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like as long as you put in the work, stuff manifests itself. That's what I always say.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk a little bit about the game. Let's talk a little bit about the sport in general. Like, how does Patrick feel about the state of bowling?
I feel that the youth is finding a better way of coming back to this game now. It was, it's watching the youth gold tournament this last couple of weeks. Seeing people practice, seeing them bowling in the squads and stuff like that. It's really great seeing the sport of bowling growing as much as it is at the youth level. The part that's driving and killing leagues, though, is that the house lineage fees are going up, and then they shorten the prize fund because people don't want to pay more money. They don't want to go up to $25 or $30 because and then their team doesn't do worth a crap. Then it's no fun to them because then all they get is pin money. So there's more rewards, but then sometimes it doesn't motivate them that way. I think it's become back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, man, bowling league was more of competitive. And it was, you really had all the guys there and, all the girls doing all the stuff like that. And it was just so hard competitive. And now it's more of a fun league, and that's the only thing that drives me nuts a little bit with that. To me, now I look at leagues as sort of as practice because everybody's just having fun. And I'm like, I want to take first here. I understand that we want to have fun, but can we be competitive? And so, like on my Wednesday night league, that's just a fun league for me. I just do it for the pin money. That's it. But on Monday nights and Thursdays, that's my competitive leagues.
Okay, you said Monday and Thursday are your competitive leagues.
Yeah, that's I sub a lot on both those leagues.
Okay,
So
so
brings me in just to sub. I don't know why, but that's what they do.
well, it's obvious then, not just your bowling skill, Patrick, but it gives you an opportunity to take away in brackets. I would think. Would you not?
Oh yeah, no, I still get money and stuff like that. They take care of me. The team I bowl on with, they give me my 63 games so that way I can get any awards that I can get. So I get that cash money, and then like this last year, our Monday night team, we took first place. And they just sat there and they're like, "Hey, well, here's your money," and I'm like, "I didn't pay into this league. You guys had me sub for all these games just for that other person to pay." And like it's supposed to go to them, and they're like, "Nope, you helped us win. You get this money." And that was really cool. That team, it was awesome. So
So it seems to me, and you correct me if I'm wrong here. Do you think that there is a gap between recreational and competitive leagues as far as like the competitive leagues, maybe more of those recreational bowlers are coming into it, maybe not knowing exactly what they're getting into, and then when they realize that's what they're getting into, it just changes their mindset towards the game, or what do you think is the issue there?
well, if you take the average house shot, which everybody has that general shot, it's all about the same. Um, it's more of it. It doesn't really challenge a lot of people. The people that are pushing for more, pushing for this, pushing for that. It's the same shot every week. It never changes. So after you learn something, it doesn't really challenge you as much. So they want the sports leagues, and then when they finally get that, they sit there and do horrible, and then they're really upset, and they're like, "Well, I'm just going to go back to the house shot." And I'm like, the whole point of these sports shots is so that you can learn and adapt and change and become a better bowler. Well, but it's too hard. And I'm like, well, I understand, but you have to learn how to change everything. So it's not just an easy one shot. You throw it exactly the same way every time. I said, but it is that way once you figure out the pattern. I said, then it's repetitive. It's back to that same repetitive motion. So I think that gap of that competitiveness and wanting to learn and understand the game is lacking way less than what it used to be. Because I mean, back in the day, even in the '90s, it was everybody was talking to everybody, trying to figure stuff out, figuring out like the new balls that were coming out back then, because that's when reactive was just coming out. The Rhino balls were coming out. All the pearls started coming out in the early 2000s and stuff like that. It just, as the game keeps progressing, people don't feel as challenged because they expect more out of the technology too.
Do you do you believe that technology has watered down the game?
I believe it's made it more consistent, but I also see a lot more 300s than I've ever seen. Like, I mean, that's also the power of TikTok, though, too. So, but I've seen more 800s and stuff like that more recently. And I think that with the way the machines are able to put the pattern down, it really, it really makes it to where you can wall a shot or you can change a shot up to make it easier. And then that's when you get the expensive bowling comes into play. That's when people drink and stuff like that because the house shot is easier. They don't have to really focus. So I think if you actually take it and put like a shark pattern down and let's see how the house league shot does. You'll watch people go from 220, 230 average bowlers and they'll do like 130. And I think that would be fun to get that competitiveness back into the game again, to where we teach each other how to bowl, so that way we can be better bowlers.
Do you think that USBC should standardize a house shot?
I think should make it to where they actually truly test it the way they used to. Because I've seen them do some. I've seen some USBC tests both here, Albuquerque, some other places, and I watch them do it, and I'm like, they used to do that a lot different back in the early '90s, and late '80s, from what I was told. And watching how they slid the track, they slid to do the rating on the oil and everything. it was a sight to behold because they did it pretty much once a month. You saw them come in and do it. Now, once it's certified at the beginning of the league, it doesn't matter after that. They don't come back and check it. So I think holding the alleys accountable to that, to finally find that, that would be better in my opinion.
Okay.
Because I think that you get people that do a walled up shot, and people are going to be dropping 300s, 800s all the time. Then I'm sorry, that just dilutes the game.
So you think more of those actually is detrimental to the game itself?
I do, man. I don't mind a standardized shot, but who holds them accountable for it?
No, those are great points. Those are great points. No, those are great points because I remember at the start of before every fall winter league season, the local association would come into every single bowling center in the city, and they would run tapes. Right. And if those tapes weren't the standard, then they weren't going to certify the centers. Which now they don't have a problem. They don't have a problem certifying. It's like you said, they certify them, and then that's it. That's the end of it. So, with that being said, it brings me to this. So, watering it down. Let's look at it from this perspective, Patrick. I'm gonna kind of throw a little what if at you here, okay?
All right.
So, you're the head of USBC. You see what you think is a slow but steady decline. So, Patrick, as the head of USBC, how does Patrick right the wrongs, and how does he get the ship back on track? What would Patrick do?
Crap. You did put me on the spot, bud.
And yeah, you're the man in charge, man. Tell us what Patrick would do.
I don't know. I mean, if you also look at awards and stuff like that, man, we used to get pins, patches, everything. Now it's just, well, here's your ring. See you later.
Or here's your one award per career.
What's that?
I said, or one award per career or whatever.
Yeah, they cut that back too. I think in the 70s they did the ring where it had you could put the gemstones in for each one you got. Mm-hmm. So that way when you got it, they mailed you the gemstone and then it was put in. So I mean, that's what we just don't have people that are motivated to do that. And, to get the people back, man. Got to find a way to make something cheaper, and by doing that, they're going to be doing that with the string pins. They can't find all the parts and everything for the old machines anymore. I mean, they find them, but they're expensive as heck, dude. And I mean, I understand why people are going to string pins. I truly do. It saves well over $250,000 just a year, just for the center, just in insurance. So, I mean, it's a huge deal. And if you can take that money, and if you actually have a really good owner that can put that money back into the alley and help lower the fees for the leagues, I think that you could bring people back.
Okay. Well, we had a couple of comments here. Jordan says ABC is greater than USBC. And Chuck here says, I think you could still pay for one of those that you can insert the gems.
Oh, I'd have to look for that.
Brandon, how are you doing, good sir? Welcome to the show. If you're just now getting in, we're episode 24. We're talking to our good friend Patrick Roper, checking off our 20th state on this 50-state tour of Calling All Bowlers. So if you've got any questions, Brandon, or anybody else out there, like I said, if you put them in the chat, we'll make a note of them, and we'll get to it at the end as we get closer to closing out the show. So we're talking to Patrick about just the overall totality of the state of bowling. Patrick, you say you feel like it's kind of on the mend. The youth are doing some really good things. Let me ask you this about if you got a chance, I'm not sure if you did or not, but if you got a chance to observe highlights and stuff around TikTok from the Bowlers Gone to Junior Gold, do you think Junior Gold is going in the right direction, or do you think that there could be some stuff that they could work on to help, make that event even better? Or do you think it's perfect as is?
I saw what they did in the practice squads and everything, and I saw the celebrity bowlers that were there with the kids and stuff like that. I think that we should, I think that no matter what, that they should bring in more pros to come in and talk to those kids. I mean, like Belmont, and I know that some of them do this. I'm not discrediting it. I did not see whether they did this or not, so they could have already done it. but to bring in like Belmo or EJ Tackett, bring in the big guys to help come in and promote it. And I think that would really, really bring more to the sport, make it more personal. It. Matter of fact, they have stuff like that even in golf. I know how the Jack Nicklaus and all these other people come in just to talk to them, and it really. I think they even do that in the NFL when the rookies come in too. They bring in all the veterans, to talk to them, the kids where they need to be and help them out. And I think that's just really big.
I do know that Simo was running the lanes for them. I do know that.
I saw that.
I saw you saw that video too. Oh yeah. All right.
That's why I said that some of them did go out and do it. Some they did have some people out there, and like I said, that is really awesome. And I really hope that they get more people involved, so that way it is that involved. That to give them that professional advice.
Well, absolutely, I completely agree. I mean, I really think they're doing good. I really think they're doing good stuff with it. I mean, obviously, I always think you could always be a little bit more on the informative, educational side, because a lot of the stuff I've observed, it's almost. I don't know. I'm not going to say whimsical or anything like that, but at any point during Junior Gold, somebody is always bringing up the two words "Purple Hammer." That it seems like that it's not. I mean, it might just not be limited. It's not just limited to Junior Gold. Like we hear Purple Hammer or Purple whatever, and it's just like, and that brings me to my next question. Okay, as a bowler, Patrick, how do you feel about urethane in general?
I like it when it's necessary for a tournament. Other than that, I mean, I throw in the Purple Hammer. This is before I was a swag, but it's a great ball for a urethane. It really cuts through everything. But the thing is that some people don't know how to use it. You're gone. I mean, I don't care if there's a league bowler that throws it and he throws it consistently in the same spot. Do that. That's fine with me. I can bounce off around it or go around it. I don't care. But man, you get a guy that's over here, over there, over there, over there, up there. Got one good shot. Oh no, over there. And I mean, you literally watch the ball do some weird stuff, and then you throw yours, and you're just like, really?
I think your dog concurs with that answer, Patrick.
Right? He's like, that's it.
All right. So getting to the final part about Junior Gold, let me ask you this, Patrick. What is some advice you would give to the youth coming up in the game today?
Don't be afraid to ask other bowlers, especially people that are more informed and know more than you do, and learn as much as you possibly can. That is watching ball motion, that is learning what a ball specifically does, like if it's a pearl, if it's a hybrid, if it's a solid, what kind of core is in it, all that stuff like that. I would say to them, don't just rely on that wonderful Purple Hammer, because that Purple Hammer will not win you every single tournament. Put you on a 44-foot pattern, let you use that Purple Hammer. It ain't going nowhere.
I mean, not everybody can play the one board, is what you're saying.
Right.
That's good advice, my friend. Here's a couple of just. I didn't have this in the thing, but I wanted to add it in here. Okay. One word association. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. We're gonna name off. I'm gonna name off some bowling ball brands. I'm gonna name off some pros, PBA, PWBA. Just say the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's start it right here. Okay. Pete Weber.
Most cockiest, but pretty good dude.
All right. That's 6 words, but that's okay. Good. Way to go. Way to go.
Dude, I'd say dominant.
Dominant. Okay. All right. Earl Anthony.
The best. That's 2 words. Don't care.
No. Best. You said it. You're getting it down, Patrick. We're making it here, man. All right. So I said Pete Weber. I said Earl Anthony. All right. Simonson.
No comment.
Okay. All right. No. So 0. Got it. 0. Got it.
I would say funny in his own way. God,
Okay.
funny.
Okay. No, see, no, that's good. I was trying to put a compound word together for no comment, but I couldn't come up with one. So no, that's fine. No comment. Got it. Uh, what about? Oh God, let's see. Okay, I'll name off a couple of ladies here. Feldman, Michelle Feldman.
I don't know who she is.
She's the one that shot the first 300 for the ladies on national TV,
Oh,
1997.
I didn't know that.
Nah, okay, well now you do. Look,
I'll have to
I
look that up.
educated you here. Okay, I got you. Okay, Liz Johnson.
Oh, awesome.
Okay, Daria.
Hot.
Okay,
Everybody
yeah,
says that about Daria, though.
yeah. No, I'm with you. No, I'm pretty sure everybody will agree with that. What about Verity?
Her and Gio are sweet, dude. I met them at Vegas at South Point. They were playing at a table and stuff like that, and I got to sit down with them and play and stuff like that. They're really cool people, man.
Who is that, Patrick? I'm sorry.
Daria and Gio.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice.
Oh.
Well, I haven't heard. She's kind of Daria is in the category of like Norm Duke, which that brings me to my next one, Norm Duke.
One word. Damn.
First thing I think of is legend
Yeah.
or
There
legendary.
you
All right. Let's see here. Amaletto.
Who's that?
Amaletto Monticelli.
Oh, awesome.
Okay. Let's see here. Bob Learn Jr.
Dedicated.
Okay, I like that. Mika.
Funny. He's really funny, man.
All right. Chris Barnes.
That's another legendary or even GOAT.
Do you know? Fun fact. Okay, I think Mark Dillard brought it up to me the other night. Did you know how many second place finishes Chris Barnes has had in his career? I can't remember the number, but I will tell you that had those second place finishes not been second place and he had won, I think Mark told me he would be ahead of Walter Ray right now.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go to a couple of young guns here real quick. EJ.
The Revs, man.
Revs, okay. Ethan Fiore.
Pure talent.
And the last one I'll bring up will be Belmo.
Ain't another GOAT.
Another goat. Okay.
He just is, man. I mean, the way he revolutionized two-handed bowling and really brought the sport into a different direction. You get a GOAT status for me on that, man. I'm sorry, he did it.
Oh yeah, no. If I was going to use a word, I always when somebody asks me with Belmo, I say transcender.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will say that.
Either. He hadn't
Yeah.
even hit the PGA 50 yet.
Right. See, Amanda's like, I like watching Ethan Fiore bowl. I've told everybody, youth included, I said, if you want a how-to video, especially being a two-handed bowler, watch film on Ethan Fiore. It is like a God. It's you could take anything on him, film on Ethan Fiore, and that's the style to be. He is so balanced. It's incredible. So yes,
He's so pure, man. The way he releases that ball and just this follow. And
Well-
not only that, his nerves of steel, dude. Being that age, and being up there with EJ Tackett, being up there with all the big boys, and just rocking them. And I'm like, ooh, this kid's gonna be good.
well, I think when EJ Tackett shakes your hand and says "hell of a run" or whatever he said during that roll off, I mean, hey. It doesn't get no more getting you your flowers other than maybe him winning the Players Championship at the end of the season.
I agree.
All right, no, good stuff there, Patrick. We got there, man. I like it. I'm gonna have to start incorporating these more with my guests.
Right? I like that. I can't wait for the next time. So I'm like listening. I'm like, oh, somebody's gonna freeze too.
All right. Well, we're going to go into our next part of the bowling-related subject, something that is very near and dear to you, I know. And I want to talk a little bit more about it. I want you to be able to tell people more about what you do and why you do it. But you have a special project. You mentioned it a little bit ago. We kind of just like in passing. But you have a special project, and it's one of the things that really stood out to me when I first saw you here in the world of TikTok, and it was the stuff that you like doing for our veterans. Tell us more about your project. Tell us the goal behind it. Tell us why you started doing it, and tell us what you want it to be uh, in when everything comes full circle.
So I don't know. I've always tried to do something for vets. Period, because my family was military. Um, my dad served for 22 years. My grandfather for 38. Um, so to me, veterans and seeing them come back after serving and being out and going out to war and doing this and doing that, PTSD that is just it just rocks the country, man. It does. And in order to help them, I sit there and I give them a bowling ball. I give them a pair of shoes, ball cleaner, towel, and a chamois to make sure that they can get started in the game if they really want to get started in it and they really want to do it, and they even just can't afford to do it. Well, it doesn't matter. I have a way to sit there and make sure that paying for the drilling gets taken care of, so that way the pro shop is taken care of as well. And it's really good for what it does for them. Prime example would be Patrick Pope. He was my very first vet that I helped. Um, he was throwing balls that were 2 and 3 drill, and I was just like, yeah, you need some new crap, and I got plenty of bowling balls sitting at the warehouse that I can't use. So, I mean, at the time, I had like 15 sitting at the warehouse that I'd been waiting to go pick up like that June. And I ended up sending him 3 balls and watching what he's done since then. His TikTok lives, winning the tournament this last June. Um, just seeing him light up when it comes to what he does. It's one of probably the biggest reason why I do it. I got to meet him. That was 2 years in the making. And yeah, it's really cool, man. I've helped out, I think, a total of 9 vets now. I think maybe 10. And then I have 2 that I'm helping out currently that I'm trying to get them equipment and get it in their home. So, and one of those are actually probably going to be joining league as well.
How has the reception been to your veterans program, Patrick?
I've I work off of donations as far as in like bowling equipment, and I had a buddy named Ernesto, and that guy sent me 12 bowling balls, all different weights, 3 different brands. Didn't matter what it was. It was Swag, Storm, Hammer. I think I even got a couple Brunswick too. Um, and he sent those, and he's like, "I know you'll put them in the right hands." And then I had another person give me some, and I have my PSO in Albuquerque. If I send him the bowling balls, he will plug them and get them ready to go, and then ship them back to me, ready to go like new in box. So, and those ones I get to people, the single drills, I'll do it for them if they're just starting bowling, and we don't know what weight, we don't know what they're going to throw or how they're going to throw it. So we'll just do a plug ball and see how that works, and then we'll go from there. Now, all of these plug balls are only single drill. So that way it doesn't mess up the core, doesn't mess up nothing, and they can still use the ball. So I think I have a total of 42 bowling balls at the moment.
Okay. Um, Besides being a veteran, is there a blueprint for anybody looking that might need some equipment from you? I mean, is there like a process you go through to determine, or how do you go about doing that, Patrick?
I sort of sit and talk with them. There was 2 I helped out this last year. They were both code talkers and were in the Marines. And my PSO ended up drilling them stuff and everything like that, and they went back to Arizona with it. But most of I went off to his recommendations because I know him very well, and he doesn't really ask me for bowling balls. So when he does, I'm like, I got you. But other than that, I really talk to a vet. I want to sit there and know what they're going to do, why they're going to do it. I just want to have that good conversation to try and find out. So that way, not only am I giving it to somebody who wants it, but why they want it and why they think it would actually help them. You know, and I talk to them about stuff like that, so that way they can understand. Some of them can't do it because they can't handle the pins, the loudness. It does bring back some PTSD. So I think there's only been one person wasn't able to help, and I'm like, so you don't want to go on the. He's like, I can't handle it, and I told them straight up, I'm like, you know what? Whenever you're ready for that, you let me know, and I'll get you all hooked up. So I'm still waiting for that phone call. He's still around and stuff like that, but yeah, I hope he does call. I really do.
Yeah, it's it's really cumbersome when you talk about people like that and they don't they have a hard time going into a bowling alley, and the sounds and everything bring back bad memories and stuff. It's very somber to hear, but I guess the key is just like you just said, just be as understanding and be as supportive.
And I don't. I get recommendations every now and then, and like I said, I still go and talk to the person. I don't like just hand over stuff. It's important to me because the person that donated that ball, I want them to see that it's going to a good person, and that they get to see that it's gone, and it's not me just selling the ball or stuff like that. You know what I mean? I want to make sure I stay legit. So I do that, and I take a picture with them with the ball, and I actually send that to the person that donated it. So that way they can see where it went to and who the vet was that got it.
So how long have you been doing this for, Patrick?
I started 2 years ago, and I've helped out a total of 9 vets total. I'm very selective in what I do, and I don't want it to be to where it's a whole staff, it's a whole committee, it's a whole blah, blah. I don't want that. I want to keep it to where it's small and it's legit. I don't, like I said, I don't want people sitting there thinking that I'm doing this for the money, because I'm still 2 grand deep into it. And I don't care about that. That's not the whole point of the program. I sell chamois and stuff like that. That's the money that pays for the PSOs to drill. So I break even on everything. This is all for them. So that way we can show them that this is something we want them here for.
Well, Patrick, it's a really good cause that you got going there, and I remember, and everybody, he's right. Like I have a chamois that he sent me for I think didn't you sent me one for the Derek Tate Memorial Tournament, I believe.
I did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't get to send you that one. No, I
Oh,
haven't sent you that one.
Okay. All right.
Because it was
But
too late. It wasn't going to get to you in time.
that's right. Okay.
So,
All right.
and I
See,
mean, anytime you need something like that for a tournament, just let me know. I'll send it to you. I just need at least a week and a half to know.
no, that's understood. But okay, so let me rephrase that. He was going to. We had all that in mind and everything. So just uh, that is awesome stuff for you, Patrick. Not helping 9 people, and just doing what you're doing. And I'm telling you, man, like that stuff manifests itself. So keep doing what you're doing with it, my friend.
Thank you.
So we're at the part of the show now here. This is always ask the guest to pick their topic. So what's something you would like to discuss more about bowling related? And you said you wanted to talk about swag and you want to talk about the other brands. So what in particular are we wanting to discuss?
Well, the date that this was coming out, I knew that we were releasing 6 bowling balls. That's why I put it on the thing. And it's just to promote my brand a little bit. I don't mind it, but it's swag in general. I started with them 3 years ago before they got as popular as they are now. I mean, it is growing at a rate that I didn't even see this coming. Um, and it was more of a sales position in a way. But after you sold a certain amount of bowling balls, you got a free ball no matter what. And I got it to where I was actually selling a certain amount, and then I would actually get 2 free balls every time I hit that point. Hence the reason why I had 15 bowling balls sitting at the warehouse. But people always bash the brand, and I've sort of felt that through my bowling career, that bashing. And I now sit there and like my brand of jersey is Viz. Most people don't even know who Viz Sportswear is because it's out of Italy. Hallmark shoes. People don't know about a lot about the Hallmark shoes. It's brand new. It's veteran owned. But everybody that I have on my jersey and stuff, we're the underdogs. We're the come out of nowhere and it's coming big. So we flagged after this re-release, the rebranding from the owner of Bowlers Mart, Cliff. Um, he's really seen something that we never had before, and it's really changed our brand, and it's really changing some of the way bowling's done now. It's really cool to watch, especially being a staff member with them. It's that brotherhood we have there, man. There is, I wouldn't be able to go to. I don't know how Hammer is. I don't know how Storm is, but seeing the brotherhood that we have, like at that swag tournament. You know, I wasn't even going to be able to go to that tournament, and they found a way to get me there. It's just there's nothing like it, man. And they treat everybody the same. It doesn't matter what brand you throw. It doesn't matter if you throw Hammer. It doesn't matter if you throw Storm, or any of those brands. They're there to support you. We don't care because we've been bashed enough. We don't care. You know what I mean? And seeing the company grow and seeing these new releases and the excitement behind it, and I didn't even have this much excitement when I threw Hammer. And it's just really cool to see it from the staff position, which is when we know stuff's coming, we know certain things and we can't tell anyone. And it's like, oh, this is so much fun. You know, like I already have my new bowl is already sitting at my PSO shop right now. It's getting drilled. And then it should be to me by next week. And that's still 10 days before it's even released. So it's really cool getting to do this. And yeah, Swag they've been real supportive even when I've had my ups and downs as far as in what's currently going on. But they got your back, man. It's a different style company. You know, like I said, I don't know how Storm and Hammer does it, but to me, with as many staff members as Hammer and Storm have, how truly personal is that company with their staff members, besides just sending them bowling balls? You know what I mean? You're part of Hammer and stuff like that. You guys have chat groups and have live conversations on a weekly basis?
I would just like to say that I am a blue collar pro shop operator. I'm blue collar, man. No, I get what you're saying though, and I mean, like I said, that's a really cool thing because, like I said, I see it on here. I mean, I see the ones. It's definitely one of those brands. Like you guys are definitely standing out. And when I say you guys, I'm not saying that in a negative light. I hope you're not taking it that way, but I definitely see it's like the presentation, if you will. Like I see the presentation, and again, when you are considered an underdog, you're gonna, if anything, you're gonna put a lot of different things together, and it's kind of like when I started DGAB. DGAB was a really, really stupid idea one night that came to me at 1:30 in the morning, and here we are, and I'm on episode 24 of Calling All Bowlers.
So I saw somebody just sat there and asked, how do you become a staffer?
Yeah, I'll let you take that question.
As far as if it's for Swag, you have to wait until the beginning of next year because they'll be doing new applications in December. It's not the way it used to be. You don't just get on in the middle of the year anymore. It's now an annual thing. I don't know how many spots we're going to be filling or how many people are going to be leaving the company after this. So everything's up in the air, but it's still brand new and they're growing it. So, I mean, heck, dude, people have been seeing like Sean Rash throwing the brand and a couple other people, and it's generated a lot of buzz. So I think we'll get our PBA approval for next year, and it'll be rock on with a whole new brand.
Well, there you have it. And Chuck says that Swag's treated me like family, and I'm not on staff, and that he loves Swag.
That we do.
Well, all right. Well, guys and gals out there, if you've got any questions, any other questions you want to ask Patrick, go ahead and put them in here in the chat now, and I'll be keeping up with those. We're getting close to, as I like to call, the winching hour of the program. So here's a couple of really good questions for you, Patrick. Okay. Biggest life lesson Patrick's ever learned?
Oh, you had that answer.
I'm going to help you out here. You put down here, in a part of it, you said, learn how to slow down and enjoy every moment.
Yeah. Sorry, man. My brain froze on that one. But
I got you, man. I got you back, bro.
As you get older and stuff like that, you sit there and look at things differently. When you were younger, you ran, you went fast, you didn't care. Now I'm like, yeah, you need to stop and enjoy each moment because you don't know what moment's going to change. You don't know when it's going to change and how it's going to change. So enjoy the moment and just roll with it, man. Have fun.
Jordan once put a comment in here, and he says, I see people that throw Swag also throw Motive. Is there something forming there, or is it just coincidence?
Just coincidence.
Dwight asked, Patrick, should I try another Swag ball?
Well, considering the last ball that I recommended for you, got 800 and a 200 with it. So yeah. And by the way, that ball is sort of being re-released in a way in the Fusion there, Go Time. So if you want another one, we got another one coming.
You heard it there first, Dwight. So
it'll be here, what is it, September 9th for that set.
Oh, that'll be right when I'm coming back from vacation. Nice.
Yeah.
So, biggest life lesson: slow down, enjoy every moment. Is there any point in time like something happened in your life and it made you feel like that? And just be a yes or no, because I think I know the answer.
Well, more than once, buddy. It's something that I keep learning, and as I keep learning it, I'm like, I don't care anymore. I just want to enjoy it. I just want to enjoy every day because I'm tired of all the other crap.
Amen to that, brother. Amen to that. I knew we'd come up on this hour, and it's going to ask me to drag the puzzle into the piece before it cuts us off. So I've already done that. We're safe. Everybody that's coming in and watching, we're good. We're not going to get cut off. It's like the net. I call it the network check. You know. Patrick, what is the best advice you were ever given, and who was it from?
So the best advice I was ever given was treat everybody how you want to be treated, and it was from my grandfather. My grandfather would give you the shirt off his back until you didn't treat him the way you know, he believed in that rule officially, and everybody knew it. And he was a very respected man in what he did and who he saw and everybody he talked to, and I tried to live by that no matter what. And that's, goes to the vet stuff or goes to, you've seen me sit there and do donations. I don't care what it's to. It doesn't matter to me. Yeah, that's just the way I treat people, man.
And another one here. Patrick, how do you want to be remembered, buddy? I can honestly say I don't know that I've ever made Patrick speechless. That's one of those things.
That's true, bro. I don't know, man. Just for being me. That's all I want. I don't want some big grace or a Hall of Fame or blah, blah, blah. I don't care about that. I just want people to remember me for me. Know that I was caring and a good person and that I would do anything for anyone. Give them my shirt off my back. They need a ball, cool, I'll send it to you. It's yeah, that's what I want. Just people remember that I cared enough, and I don't know, that was a good dude. Competitive as hell though too.
Oh yeah.
I won't lie to you. If I step up next to you on the lane, we ain't buddies no more, bud. Man, it's between me and the pins after that.
Agreed. Dwight, I see your question. I'll answer that here towards the end here. But no, before we get on here with the next part, again, everybody, thank you for joining us with Calling All Bowlers, episode 24. We're sitting here talking to Mr. Patrick Roper, checking off our 20th state on our journey. And Chuck right here, nice comment here from Chuck. Patrick has been there for me since I met him. So there's a good nod to a really awesome, wonderful human being. Because you are, Patrick. You are a very, very great, wonderful human being, my friend.
I appreciate it, buddy.
And do not let anybody tell you differently. I don't care what they say.
Me either, dude.
Dude, it's like that thing. Again, you said everything like it's like, how do you want to be remembered? And you took basically the best advice you were ever given. And, it's like just treat people how you want to be treated. It's actually really easy. And a lot of people really try to make a mountain out of a molehill, man. It's amazing how that happens. So, but anybody's got any questions for Patrick? Now is the time. Put them in here. Let us know what they are so we can ask. And while we're at it, Patrick, you want to plug any social media that you're on so people can continue following you on any of the outlets?
Yeah, I'm on my Facebook. It's open publicly. You can see me on that. Friend request or follow. I also have TikTok, which is PWR008. Same with Instagram. I'm still setting up my YouTube page. It's already set up, but I haven't started putting videos on it yet. So once I get that, I'll get that thing plugged. Of course, got to always support my brands, you know, RevTech Pro, my Hallmark shoes, Strickland, all the people that are on my shirt that support me, and you know, I can't tell you enough and how much I appreciate everything they've done for me. It's changed the whole outlook on bowling, and it's helped me get where I'm at. And they're going to help me get where I'm going too, so I'm not worried about that.
Well, that's good stuff right there, Patrick. Logan has a question to ask. He says, "Don't you have to pay to be on Swag staff?"
Nope.
Okay.
The program changed as of January 1st, and it's just I can't go into details what we get in our contract. We're not allowed to, but yeah, I don't pay for anything. I get 6 to 7 balls a year that no charge, pretty much, basically, in a way. All depends on how I budget it.
Exactly.
So
and
we get a certain dollar amount by where we're at with the company and stuff like that, but you have to do all the work and put it all in there in order to get that. You know, even get in the first level or second, you know, you have to really put the work in. You know, and I tell anybody, whether you want to be on staff, you need to make sure that the pro shop that supports you, that has that ability to make sure they're behind you and what you're going to do, because that ball brand, whether it's Hammer, Storm, Swag, they are going to sit there and look at you and be like, hey, is this guy ready to go, or is he just going to just feed us nothing? You know, is he just wanting to get the free stuff? So they really, all the ball brands do that now, and it's really cool that we're doing it that way, because before you could just sign up for it. Now, no, you have to be picked now. There was over 3,000 applicants just the start of the year, and yeah, there was only 161 people were picked.
there you go. The odds. It's really low. Patrick, I tell people all the time that if I was not working in the pro shop, I wouldn't be on Hammer staff, because my boss is my endorsement. You know, so I completely agree with that statement right there. It's a limited, like, they get tons and tons of requests, and I don't think a lot of people understand just how many times that they get hit up for, like, oh, hey, I posted a review video and it got 10,000 likes and it did this. Like, you should send me a free ball. And it's like, I don't think people really understand. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. I don't think people really understand just the process that goes through when it comes to these to the process of picking people. So, right. Amanda wants me to ask you. She says, when you join the PBA 50, will you come all the way to Asheville, North Carolina for a stop?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm coming to see Mike for stop next year in May. So, yeah, I don't care. Alabama, North Carolina, South Carolina, it doesn't matter to me. A trip's a trip, dude. I'll take it.
I have 2 words for you, Patrick. No restrictions.
Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah. Oh, Florida. Oh, yeah. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with going to Florida.
No, I'm definitely going down to Florida, dude. I got to see a lot of people down there.
Yeah. And not to mention, beach, there's nothing wrong with a beach trip either.
Oh, no, it'll be bowling related.
All right.
I get to meet Carl Hutchinson and all that stuff like that. Yeah, that'll be coming soon.
Okay. Well, Patrick, this has been a really, really fun ride, my friend. And like I said, bro, like, you keep doing what you're doing, man. You're a very genuine human being, and I am really proud to call you my friend. And you know, keep doing what you're doing, man. It's really, really good stuff.
Thank you, sir. And everybody, make sure you support Mike. Hit like and follow, because he's it's been we've known each other over a year now, dude. You know that?
I know, man. A whole freaking 300, one whole trip around the sun, my friend.
Right. So, I mean, everybody, make sure you support Mike and the stuff that he's doing. You know, hit that subscription button and stuff like that, and just enjoy it, man. Mike's really good. He's really good at drilling. He's really good at coaching as well. And make sure you hit him up.
I give it my best. That's all I can say, and I can just say grateful and appreciate the kind words from you as well. Let's see, Logan. Here's another question for you, Patrick. It says, on the regional tour, can you bowl in any region, or can you only bowl in one?
As long as you pay the fee to bowl in the regional.
Yeah.
Each region has a different fee. So if you can pay that one-time fee at the beginning of the year, and it doesn't matter where you go. It's just like a USBC card in a way.
I,
They pay it everywhere you go. If you go to a different region, you have to pay that fee.
I did want to ask you one question before we call it an episode.
Okay.
Tell everybody your toughest bowling experience. I think I know the answer because I know we've talked about it, but I want you to tell everybody just in case it ain't. If it ain't what I'm thinking, then I'll say I was wrong. But toughest bowling experience tournament you've ever been a part of.
New Mexico Open.
All right, I had it right.
50, man, and the first time I bowled in that, man, I was so humbled. Oh God, I bowled a 105 in that game, dude, in that set. 105.
Ooh.
Seven big four splits.
What happened?
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller.
Mike Miller hates. He loves to mess with bowlers. I mean, he's a PBA Hall of Fame. Great dude. Really fun to talk to. But he puts that pattern down, and he'll make you pay. If you go too far right, good luck. And then on top of that, it's a short pattern. It's only like, I think last year was 30 feet. And then he messes with the outside boards as you try to mess around that. So I ended up going with the pin down ball, pin down pearl. Started off, I actually led the first, this year I led the squad with D-Ron Booker and Francis Savoy for 2 games. And then we won't talk about the third game. I dropped down to a whopping 150 on that one. But that was just the transition from the urethanes and stuff like that. I was using a pearl. And when I got to that third set of lanes, I hit it and watched that ball go woo. And I'm like, uh-oh. Got to find a new line. And I didn't find it quick enough. And I missed the cut by 41 pins. So
41.
I went from 376th place to, I think I finished in 42nd total. So it was a huge jump, but that was a horrible experience. Yes, it was just stupid.
Well, didn't you say you went to another one and you finished like second or something like that? I know you sent me something.
Oh, that was when I went to Texas.
Okay, but wasn't that on a tough pattern too?
Well, that was on it was on a sport, but it was on oh my gosh.
I feel like it was a long one. I feel like it was a long roll pattern.
Yeah, I used my tracker on it, so it was probably 44 feet.
Mm.
I cannot remember. It wasn't Badger. I shot on Badger on Wednesday. I ended up taking second in that tournament.
Yeah.
That was on Wednesday. That was on string pins too. I love string pins. I don't care. You just got to hit the pocket harder. Be better at it.
Logan asked, what part of Texas was that?
Wichita Falls, Texas. We bowl at Shepherd Air Force Base.
Okay.
And no, you don't need a military card to get on the base either. You just got to do a background check before you arrive.
Basically, make sure you're good with Jesus. That's right.
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, all right. Patrick, dude, this has been an absolute pleasure. I am so glad to have you on here and tell your story. And again, like I said, man, Patrick, you're helping vets. You're helping them find an outlet. You are doing, as I like to call you, are doing the damn thing. And my friend, I hate that you didn't get to come up here in May, but I am so looking forward to seeing you next May. And it's just it's going to be awesome. But before we get out of here, just want to say thank you to everybody. Like I said, thank you to Patrick for joining us for episode 24 of Calling All Bowlers. You guys stay tuned in about another hour. Our good friends Pickles, Britt, Kober, and Steven are going to be live for the Learning Curve. I always give them a plug. Check out their podcast because I know that they're talking to who?
Chase Nadu.
Yeah, they're talking to him. And I know he's going to be
from the Star PBA staff.
Yeah, he's going to be in Baton Rouge talking to him. So that's going to be a really cool episode. So y'all stay tuned for that. That should be up here in about another hour. But like I said, Patrick, dude, I am so glad to know you, my friend. Like I said, outstanding, wonderful person. And, wish y'all the best in the new league season and all the stuff going on with swag and everything else, my friend. And, as we say at DGAB, just keep doing the damn thing.
Yes, sir. You keep doing your thing, Mike. I appreciate you, brother.
All right, Patrick. I thank you so much. That means a lot. And like I said, everybody, if you haven't done so already, like, follow, subscribe. Go give us a subscribe on the YouTube channel. Like and follow on Facebook, and give us a follow on Instagram. And until next time, as our good friend Stephanie always says, we will catch you on the flippity flip. Patrick, thank you so much again, sir, and
You're welcome,
take
sir.
care.
You too, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all have a good evening.